Okay, so this news just dropped and I'm so excited about it because I predicted it and you'll see why in a minute. And I know I keep saying I don't do Valheim news content and this is the third news video I do, so I guess I'm a liar. But let's get into it. The Valheim team just posted an official post via Steam called Changes and Iterations. And it goes, greetings. We'd like to start off with the good news that the patch we mentioned last time, which fixes an issue causing crashes and world resets, is live and working well. So this is a patch that they did about 2 weeks ago, and it looks like it fixed most of the issues that people were having where they would save their worlds and the world would just disappear, and other reported bugs. So that's good news. But now, though, onto those development updates. If you follow us on Twitter, you might have heard the whispers that we've been working on boss-related stuff. This is still in progress, and while we want the boss to be a surprise for you when you first play, we can safely say that it will be something you haven't seen in Valheim before. So yes, for all the people who have been asking, Mistlands, will we have new bosses with the new biomes? This is basically your confirmation. We will get a new boss with the new biomes that are being developed. And then they say, you might have read that we came to the conclusion that some of the steps in the Mistlands progression weren't quite in the right order. And here they're linking to a tweet that Grimcore has posted. And Grimcore's tweet says, yesterday we found some steps in the Mistlands progression that were not in the right order. So basically we sat down and reorganized the progression. That led us to adding 2 new item materials and a new build thing. This is why I love game making so much, solving problems. So here they confirmed basically that we would have a number of new materials that maybe they hadn't planned for. And in this Steam post, they say a bit more about that. They say, we have put in a lot of work to create nice and creepy dungeons for the biome, but we realized they didn't serve as much of a progression purpose nor feel as rewarding as we wanted them to. So after some discussion, we added a special extractor item used for processing and a new core, the black core. We'd love to read your guesses on what they'll be used for. And here there's a picture of said core. A couple of things here. We know that we have a new forge and forge upgrades coming. So I suspect this new material and the special extractor item that they talk about are related to that forge. So maybe you need this new core to craft or build the new workstation on the new forge. Maybe the core is something that will be used to summon the boss or something else. Either way, we're getting a bunch of new materials and a bunch of new items. And this special extractor item, to me, sounds like it could be something a bit like the pickaxe that allows you to mine for this one of the new materials. They mentioned there were 2 new materials that would come with this and a new build thing. So I would also be very curious to hear your theories on that. If you want to pop them in the comments, I would love to hear what you think these are. And let's have a look at this picture. If we zoom into this picture, it is beautiful. Look at those colors. I love this. I'm really impressed by what they're doing with the Mistlands from an artistic point of view and all the colors that they're adding in, because it's always a little bit surprising and unexpected. Because when you think about the Mistlands and the initial design that they had, it was all very kind of bleak, grey, foggy and so on. But then there's sparks of color in everything that they add. We've seen in my last video, I talked a bit about the new food items, all very colorful. We looked at some of the plants that they've teased already, some of the concept arts that they sent with new mushrooms that are all very colorful. And here again, bright pink, a new core, the black core that we're getting. Wow, it's always super impressive how they manage to blend in color in an atmosphere that is otherwise quite muted and quite dark. So I'm really looking forward to seeing some of the other items and especially some of the dungeons. I think what we see in the background here, we can see some stairs. I feel like this is probably an image from one of the dungeons that they're building. So we can see all around here, it's all the new marble pieces. But it looks like this character is in a dungeon, which is where you would probably mine for those new black cores, which look like they're on a stand very much like the normal cores, the red ones that we have in the burial chambers and dungeons in the current game. So yeah, I think it will be a very similar thing. Some people have speculated maybe with new cores, maybe we have new build items or new portals, new types of portals. So that will be interesting. I hope that we're not adding more portals to the game, because I kind of already feel like the portals break the game a little bit. But yeah, let's see. Maybe these cores are used for workbench or build items and workbench upgrades and so on. So we'll see. So to carry on with the post, they also say, another thing we can show you is something you'll notice straight away if you decide to make a new character when going into the Mistlands. Vikings were known for their fancy hairstyles, so we wanted to add a couple more options for you. Is there a particular hairstyle you would like to see? That's kind of cool. It's true that the hairstyles are a little bit limited currently in the game, so, and there's some funky hairstyles as well, and I feel like there's a few of the actual historical hairstyles that are missing, so I hope that they do integrate that. And if we look at some of the pictures that they sent and zoom in, we can see that I think they are adding more braids. So it looks like some of these hairstyles and beards have small braids, which is a very perceived Viking thing. I don't know if Vikings actually braided everything like this. I'm not sure, but yeah, if you look at every other Viking themed movie or TV show, they always have braids everywhere. So I guess they're incorporating a bit more of that. It's nice. It adds texture. It adds more character customization options, which is what we want. So great. Looking forward to that. Then they carry on and they say, fancy hair also needs fancy clothes. If you've got a lot of feathers lying around, you'll be able to use them to craft a cape luxurious enough to make Hugin jealous. Is this going to be a new favorite garment, perhaps? And this is the thing I am so excited about, because I have been saying for almost a year now that it would be so cool to have a feather cape, and now it's here. And why a feather cape? Well, actually feather capes have some sort of tie to Norse mythology, and potentially also to some of the more kind of ritual and magical practices in the Viking age. So there's definitely roots into the history there. Not saying that they were authentic and all of that, but you know, there's definitely hints to it, and I like that they keep going back to mythology and history to find inspiration for new weapons and new things in the game. So I really appreciate that. That's the history nerd in me. But also because feathers are an item that we can currently only craft arrows with. And it's so limited, and it's a shame, because especially if you do a lot of wood chopping, you end up always with stacks of feathers that, unless you turn them into arrows, you can't really use. And we are also lacking options for different types of capes. So this to me made total sense, and I'm so glad that they're actually doing it. And as to this new cape, and we've got a few more images here. So here there's the capes from the back, and then you can see this image from the front. Well, not only it looks super cool, and look at how it looks with the Fenris armor. It looks perfect. It's a beautiful outfit. But also, I suspect that with this item, we'll have a number of cool features, and potentially something that I was saying, if we have a feather cape that reduces fall damage, that it would be super cool. And I have a feeling that that's what they're bringing into a game. The fact that they're bringing it with the Mistlands, and after the Mountain Caves update, where we've got all those really big cliffs and big falls and so on, makes total sense. It's also something that people who love building complain about all the time, about the fact that if you forgot to eat and you fall, you die all the time while building, which is really annoying. So I think this new cape is great news for all the cave dwellers, all the future Mistland cliff explorers, and especially for all the builders out there. And I can't wait to be able to use this item and not die every time I do something stupid or forgot to eat. So yeah, this is a really cool new item that they're adding into the game. And I'm so glad that they're doing that and diversifying the use of some of the materials that we currently have. This is basically a new armor update, and we know they've talked about new armor that will be coming with the Mistlands. We already know about the new weapons that we'll be getting. So we've had this crossbow that has been teased. We've had this new bone bow. We have the kind of bear trap or massive lox trap, whatever trap, and we have the long swords. So we have essentially 4 new weapons, and we know that we'll probably have new armor sets with this new biome. So this new cape paired with the new armor and weapons that we've been teased will be huge. Let's see if we get more teasers until the Mistland updates comes out. And in the meantime, they say, we know many of you are looking forward to the Mistlands and we are grateful for your continued patience. Although we are not quite ready to set a date, we promise it is coming and that we're working hard to make sure it will be worth the wait. And we trust you in that, IronGate. So thank you so much for working so hard to make this new beautiful biome that we're all looking forward to play on. And then they post about the build of the month. They say, as per usual, you players keep being incredibly creative with the building in Valheim. This week, we'd like to show off this epic castle that JJ the Builder 89 made. If you'd like a chance to have your building featured here, just use the hashtag Valheim BOTM on Twitter, Facebook, or Instagram. You can check out previous winners in this Steam thread. And it is a beautiful castle. It's great to see those builds featured. So yeah, that's pretty much it for the post from IronGate. If you watched this video until now and enjoyed it, please give it a little like. I would love to hear in the comments as well your theories and what you take out of this post and all the information that we've been teased about the Mistlands so far. I really love reading people's theories and speculating myself, so share that in the comments. I've been Gwen the Shieldmaiden. Thanks for watching and see you next time. Bye!